little bit of our take on it. If you're familiar with my restaurant in Nashville, I think you could look at this restaurant and tell that it's related, but it does feel very different and kind of stands on its own, I think.
Any taste profiles that are signature to you, like something like, oh, that's a Julia Sullivan?
Oh, I don't know. We try to use a lot of vegetables, try to use a lot of bright, delicious flavors. I don't know that this restaurant necessarily has a signature so far, but I'm sure we will at some point. Some guest favorites. We are serving oysters up here too, just one Gulf oyster at a time, but as opposed to what we do in Nashville, which is we have about 14 or 15 different varieties. But people have been loving the oysters, so that's great.
Well, it's hard to find. I mean, we just don't have oysters here. We used to have blue water back in the day that would do some killer oysters.
Yeah, I'm sure you could tell me lots about the restaurant history in the area.
Well, I'm sure your dad went to my grandparents' place, Tubby's. That was during the time of his when he went to school. So
I'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah, it's I'm sure. But now, food. When are you guys open? When are you open?
So we're open Thursday to Monday, 4 to 9 p.m. We're closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And so far it's been very busy Thursday through Sunday. Mondays have been a little bit quieter. But we really, between... we were hearing from some feedback from locals that, like, there aren't so many places to go on Sundays and Mondays, and it'd be great to be able to get a glass of wine. But you have to kind of also balance that out with people coming through the area for camping or Airbnbs, and also the big university weekends. So we're trying out Thursday through Monday. We'll see how it goes. So far it's been great, but certainly the university weekends are the busiest. So,
yeah, you think?
Yeah, the next couple weekends should be a bit quieter because they're out for spring break. So it's a good time to come by.
Is it a spring break? Okay, gotcha. Are you, do you have outdoor dining, music, like little acoustic music? You've got an art place right behind you, don't you? Is the art still there?
We're using that as private event space.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is available for rehearsal dinners, small weddings, things like that. But we don't have outdoor dining yet. We will add it. I think, obviously we're just focusing our budget and our effort on getting the inside up and running. I'm hoping that we can offer some outdoor dining by the spring, but it might be later summer before we're able to do it. But yeah, we know how beautiful it is in this area, and people like to be outside, so certainly hope to do that.
Yeah, we're kind of crazy about that. The last time I was there was Lumiere. Do you still have the same setup, kind of? How have you arranged your restaurant?
It's a similar layout, but we did kind of redo the interior. The building did need some upgrades, so we did focus on updating a lot of the plumbing, HVAC, some kitchen updates. A lot of what was in the kitchen had been kind of run down. So we replaced, like I said, the same layout, but we replaced the bar and the furniture and just really gave it a fresh new feel. I know what happened with Lumiere was so hard for the previous proprietor's family and so forth, and so we really wanted it to feel like a fresh new restaurant and give it a new sense of life.
Yeah, I mean, not that any of us believe in ghost stories or anything, but there's been so many restaurants take their own personality.
Yeah,
and the chef that runs it, and it's just. Do you think there could be any ghost stories there?
I don't know. The building's been around for a really long time. But, for the most part, the people coming back have really fond memories of Sewanee. And, the ghost stories we hear so far are like about how the old laundromat destroyed all their shirts and crushed their buttons. So far, those are really the only old ghost stories we're hearing. So.
I love that. Okay. Can you get reservations?
Oh, yeah, we are taking reservations on OpenTable. So if you go to opentable.com or use the app, you can search for Judith Swanee and you can make reservations right online. If you have trouble, of course, you can call the restaurant. Or you can walk into the bar. We have 13 bar seats. Like I said, we're open from 4 to 9. So
Happy hour, 4 to 6.
right. So if you want to just if you don't have a reservation, you just wander in, sit down at the bar. It's great. Our bartenders are great, and yeah, it's a good time.
And that seems to be the vibe. I mean, you're really doing the Sewanee vibe with this restaurant, so it appears.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure what's
It's mountain time.
mountain time.
It's
yeah.
mountain time. It's just very low key and
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we did notice. I mean, even in Nashville these days, it's hard to get. It's hard to really get people to make reservations past 8:30 right now. So we figured we'll close at 9. You know, if it's a busy university weekend and the restaurant's full, we'll happily stay open a bit later at the bar. But yeah, 4 to 9.
Honestly, it just works.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. What did my grandma say? You know, nothing happens good after midnight.
Yeah.
Nothing happens good after 9. You're in the mountain.
Yeah.
Staffing, was it a challenge to find good hospitality here?
Not so far. Our front of house is about half locals and half students, and the students have been delightful. I mean, just so sweet, and then the kitchen has been a mix of locals and a couple of people. I brought it from Nashville. A couple of people drive up from Chattanooga area, but so far it's been wonderful. And you know, I think if you have good people with the right personality and you're willing to train them, then you don't have to stress out too much about finding people. It's just more about like creating the kind of culture and service that you want to create.
And what would that be? You have someone coming in. What are you going to tell them?
You know, that we want people to really feel the value of being in the restaurant, that we want the restaurant to be comfortable but not casual. You know, it is a tavern, but we don't want it to be we want people to be comfortable. They're coming in to have a drink at happy hour or coming in and maybe spending a little bit more on a special occasion or a birthday dinner. We're just trying to keep the standards high, the restaurant clean, the food really well prepared and fresh. You know, the same kind of service and standards we would have in Nashville too.
Cute bathrooms?
We do have cute bathrooms, yeah.
They're super important.
Yeah.
So no peanuts on the floor, is that what you're trying to tell me?
No peanuts on the floor, yeah.
Okay. What haven't I asked? Can you do to go? We're a to go kind of group since COVID.
We don't do to go. Yeah, we really want it to be a space where people come in and enjoy. If you're sitting at the bar and you want to order something to take with you, absolutely. But we're not doing call-in to go orders.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it sometimes gets challenged. Did COVID change how you did things? I'm always curious about restaurants. It
did
and
it didn't. I think it's changed some things, but to be honest, the restaurant paradigm I feel like is so ingrained in American culture. It's actually really, really hard to change. At the end of the day, people want to go out and sit down and be served a cocktail and be taken care of. And so things really kind of bounced back in a way that I think surprised people, that it came right back. Yeah, of course, you know, there's good times and bad times in the restaurant business. We all know that. But I think Americans really like to dine out.
We love to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, good food. We'll do anything we can to get that good food.
Yeah.
All right. Have I missed anything, Miss Julia? I mean, we're so excited that you're here on the mountain.
Well, thank you. I'm excited too. It's been delightful to be here. I'm out here usually about 4 days a week, and then I go into town to take care of my Nashville restaurant. But yeah, it's been awesome. The community's been great. We've been thrilled to be busy, and just encourage people to come in and try it if they haven't already.
What have and I've got to go to this. You're staying here quite a bit now with the new restaurant. What have you enjoyed about the mountains so far?
Oh, well, I bring my dogs up with me, so we've been enjoying going out in the mornings, hiking. I'm loving all the different Lost Cove trails. Love just running around campus. Yeah, just honestly, the view out, it's great. It's beautiful.
It soothes the soul. Well, with the Head of the Crow opening the new state park, the trailhead right now, or the temporary businesses at the old depot there. And so that's right next door to you. And
Yeah.
so with the new state park going online, that should really put you in the catbird seat.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, we're outdoor folks.
Yeah.
And we do like a glass of wine after a hike.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any last words? I'm going to send Julia out to spread joy and sunshine. But any last words for our people?
I don't think so. Just thank you for having me.
We love it. You have a good team on your side, making sure that people know about you.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
So you've done well. However, that works. They're very kind and very gracious, and they love what you do. So that really helps. You've got a good team.
Great. Awesome.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to send Miss Julia out to spread joy and sunshine. Stop by Judith. What's the address there?
It's 36 Ballpark Road. It's right over behind Swanee Market, just right off the highway.
So you turn right there at it's still flashing light, isn't it? I always forget that. It's the...
Yes.
Or is it a four-way? Or are they...
No, it's still, yeah. It's not a four-way. You just take left.
Take a left
at the Swanee Market.
Right is Main Street, left Swanee Market.
Right, exactly.
And then you've got it.
It's right there.
Okay. All right, we're going to go take a quick break, get back to our Monday and our regularly scheduled program, and then thank our sponsors. As always, thanks for watching Morning on the Mountain. I'll see you in a minute.
From the threat of potential national expansion and the potential conflict that it might bring, to the violence that troubled individuals who succumb to evil intentions and shoot up schools, from heartbreaking failures that result in plane crashes, to the equally heartbreaking time of year where death takes our own loved ones in this community more often. Maybe you, who are listening, are like me, and these things cause you frustration, sadness, and sorrow. The question arises, what can we do? Where can we go? What is the response of the people of God when the realities of a fallen world hit a little harder than normal? In times such as these, I would encourage us to turn towards the ancient prayer book and hymnal in the scriptures, the Psalms. A large percentage of the Psalms can be characterized as Psalms of lament. In these Psalms, the various original human authors inspired by God express to God that something in their lives or in their time was messed up, at least from their perspective. And in these Psalms, these authors cry out that everything in their world seems to be messed up to God, while at the same time they continue to trust in Him and petition God to act. In times like these, may we turn to these Psalms. May we make them our own. And may we pray them as the people of God have prayed them throughout the centuries. Might we cry out as the psalmist does in Psalm 77, verse 1, I cry aloud to God, and He will hear me. Look, I'm just J.D. Cantrell. I don't get everything perfect. I'm just a man who loves Jesus and tries to follow Him. I know that this short devotional is a little different, but maybe it'll give you something to consider. May you be blessed.
Tracy Clinic, located at 740 Main Street in Tracy City, specializes in family medicine. Nurse practitioner Devin Land Lampley is now seeing patients. Call today for an appointment at 592-4242. Open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. That's the Tracy Clinic, 592-4242.
Sequatchie Valley Electric Cooperative is here to serve you in your business or in your home. Pay your electric bill in the comfort of your own home with SVEC's new online billing service. Wouldn't it be nice to know in advance how much to budget for your electric bill each month? Visit us at one of our convenient offices or go online to www.svalleyec.com. Sequatchie Valley Electric, providing electrical service to over 33,000 homes and businesses in all or portions of Bledsoe, Grundy, Marion, Sequatchie, Coffee, Hamilton, Ray, and Van Buren counties in Tennessee. SVEC, staying up with today and working for tomorrow.
Morning. We're doing great on time. Just heads up. I need to jump on a Zoom meeting at 9 o'clock. So we've got Trails and Trilliums coming up, hot and heavy in a month, and there's some last minute, not last minute, but some important committee. Some important committee details to wrap up this morning at 9. So I just heads up. I'm going to get through everybody and give everybody time. We got plenty of time, but I just want to give you a heads up that I'm going to have to go at 9 o'clock. And then tomorrow is kind of like the same thing because we've got Mac and Tim that come in on Tuesday. So just heads up. That's kind of our schedule for today. But it looks like we're pretty good. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have someone talking about yoga. Really excited about that. I would love to explore yoga a little bit more. It's for flexibility, and it's, us old folks need to have more flexibility so we don't fall. And improve our core strength. And there's a lot of things that we can do as we age to ease on out of here a little bit better. I got some things to do as I get older. So I need to keep this body of mine, the temple that God has given me. I'm going to try to do the best I can and keeping it going. So anyway, tomorrow's yoga. Really excited about that as well. We had a wreck. There was a wreck. I saw there was a wreck in Grootley Lager yesterday, and they had some power outages. That's kind of an update. Tuesday, hold on, let me think about what is weather coming in. That's what it is. Tuesday is weather coming in. Now, Chase, I've gone in and did my deep dive with Chase Bryant, and he has poo-pooed the fact that it's going to be this monster of a thing, but he's going to keep us posted, and he's so fun. He's so flippin' funny to read. Anyway, so he's going to keep us on it and probably do a live if it gets a little crazy. But Tuesday weather's coming in. My daffodils, my buttercups are up. I'm sure yours are too. And it's, this is where our weather gets interesting. Welcome to March. Next Saturday night, Sunday morning is when our time changes. Spring forward. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All right. What else is going on? Budget? Oh, that's on the 27th. That's March 27th. I haven't done anything for my column, so nothing jumps out at me. We have a meeting tomorrow for the Monteagle Elementary sign. That's been an ongoing process, and I think we're going to move. I think that Dr. Horton, after convo with Sequatchie Valley, that the sign, the new beautiful electric sign that the community has committed to purchasing, and has that rock monument by David Hamby. He's creating this beautiful rock monument around it. Well, it's electronic. The sign is electronic, so it needs to be close to a better power source. So today we meet at 10:30 to find out where that new location is. I know we hate change, but what we need to decide is what to do with the old sign. Like I'm not going to go through the whole thing of, well, we're just going to throw it away, because invariably someone's like, well, I have great memories of putting letters on it and freezing cold, blah, blah, blah. So I think we want to keep the sign and do something with it. The old Monteagle sign, it's horrible. It's hideous. If you really go up to it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But we're going to see what folks want to do with it. It could be an art project. I'm not sure, but we're going to take some community input on what to do with that sign. And do we want to keep it, number one? And then number two, ideas on what to do with it. So that's kind of coming there. We had a tourism meeting in Monteagle. On Saturday, it's part of the Imagine Monteagle, and we've got a game plans, lots of great ideas that came out of that. Art is definitely in the future. Tracy City is moving forward with a grant that we got, or we're in the process of getting from Tennessee Arts Commission, and I think they're going to do some mural over on the Fairgrounds barn. More art, the better. All of our communities really want more art. And so this Keith Killebrew, who's been on the show before, I think we're going to move into like a artist in residence program. He does murals. He just did one over at Wander Brew, and he is an amazing artist. And so, he's going to be doing it and teaching folks how to do murals. And I think that's the huge component, is he's a teacher. And so we want more folks to learn how to do, who are already artists that want to understand how to do murals, outdoor murals, to gussy up our different spaces. So I think that's what this component, Stephanie CK, was the original writer of the grant, and she couldn't do it because they were going to do one for Beersheba Springs Market. They wanted to do a mural on the backside, and so that got shelved for a minute for whatever reason. And so I'm just taking that and salvaging that opportunity, and this is where the Keith Killebrew thing. I don't know, it's super exciting. He's also he's taken up residence above the Dutch Maid Bakery, that space. I've gone to a paint and sip party there, but he's going to be offering classes on painting. He's a great teacher. And so just keep your eyes out for that as soon as I find out the dates. I want to say he said he starts March 8th. But if you have people who are into art, we're filled, writers, artists, musicians, this mountain is filled with them. Let's just double down on that. So that's a little update on murals and art. I think that's it. For right now. I've got to do. Yeah, we don't have any calls. Isn't that funny? We're going to explore more. Spring's around the corner. Anyway, Trails and Trilliums right around the corner. April 4th through 6th. That's really the granddaddy event that starts and kicks off everything here on the mountain. It's at Beersheba Springs Assembly. If you know folks that are coming in for it, mountainsofadventure.com has lodging opportunities. There you just click lodging and they can find anything they want on there. There's over 90 hikes, I think, in presentations and workshops and panels. So it's a big thing. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's about 25 hikes already hikes sold out. There's some big names coming in hiking. So really it's a naturalist rally. If you're into the outdoors and you want to learn more about edible plants or mushrooms or birds or wildflowers or flora and fauna and geology or history. I mean, it encompasses everything of the natural world in Trails and Trilliums, and it's world class. And there is a presentation where I believe they're teasing on it that our John Evans from the university has discovered a new species of flower. Big deal. Big deal in the whole world of being able to discover a new species. So I believe that is what's coming up as one of the grand events. There's sky watch parties. We've got, when I took the naturalist program, they had, I think it's 8 components, and you learn about forests, you learn about animals, you learn about astrology. And so there's going to be a night sky party. There's the bonfire, the wild wine and wildfire flowers event is super neat. That's on Saturday night at the Big Red Barn. And then afterwards they have a big bonfire. And then, like last year, Bran Potter is doing, it's spoken word, and Mary Priestley did a spoken word, and it's just an opportunity to, it is really one of the neatest experiences ever. It's kind of surreal. So if that's up your alley, you can get tickets at trailsandtrilliums.org. If that is up your alley, there is nowhere in the state of Tennessee or the Southeast region that has a cooler event when it deals with the natural world. Not that I'm bragging or anything, but it's a true story. What else am I missing, kids? Oh, I know what I'm missing. We've already done, Lent starts Wednesday. Myers Hill already had their waffle lunch. So tomorrow, Tuesday, is Fat Tuesday. It's the big party night at New Orleans and Mobile and wherever Mardi Gras is being celebrated. In our neck of the woods, we eat pancakes for Fat Tuesday. It just means going into excess, just going to town and eat big, rich things. And then on Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, you fast and you pray. It's just a whole march towards Easter. So this is like the gluttony and just eat. And then on Wednesday, bright and early, midnight, you start Ash Wednesday and then the Lent. And we'll kind of delve more into that. We're going to kind of delve more into that about Lent. Every year it's a fascinating experience. So tomorrow night, Christ Church, Episcopal Tracy City, is doing a Shrove Tuesday pancake, their annual pancake supper, and that is from 5 to 7, and it's still $5. Still $5. Pelham UMC is doing one as well, and they start at 5. So we've got one on in the valley, and we've got one on the mountain. That's all I've heard of. If you have something going on Fat Tuesday, let me know. Deeds and protection scammers and all that. Barbara, I'm still on it. I swear to you, it just has gotten a little crazy, but I will, I'm on it. That's on my list. So we've got that. Let's go into birthdays. We don't have any phone calls. Are you guys asleep? All right. We're out of February. We're moving to March. Let's talk about birthdays. Tomorrow is President Trump's it's not State of the Union. He's not doing State of the Union. It's just address to Congress. Tomorrow is the address of Congress. There's a big hoopla about the Ukraine and all that stuff, but I'm not going to go into that. All right, last Saturday was Ray Lamb's. I have nothing on the 3rd today. And then tomorrow is Charlotte Owens. That's Miss Elledge's people. That's her daughter. I think I saw several on here. I made plans for Easter with my daughter, Taylor. We're going to do some Easter egg hunts and things, so I'm really excited about that. All right, birthdays. Today is Anna Zeemans. Happy birthday, Anna. I'm not even going to say how old she is. She is 39 and holding. We've got Candace Jill Geary. Happy birthday, Candace. Aubrey Geary Lane. Happy birthday. Jim Brown. The one and only Jim Brown. Alora Meeks. Wow, 25. Janie Roberts. Happy birthday to Janie. One of my favorite ex-state senators, Frank Nicely. Happy birthday. And then Double D's birthday is today. Dwayne Dykes. Happy birthday. He's almost the big 50. All right, that's all our birthdays. We're started a new prayer list, and on this is our obviously our March prayer list. If we need to add someone back on this, let me know. I don't have last month's prayer list, so let me know if we need to add anyone. So far, I'm putting Steve Melton back on there. I heard from Steve. I talked to Steve yesterday via text. And he's moving today. He's moving today to Siskin. Which I believe is across the street. Big news for him. He's going to go into rehab, which is huge. So I'm going to try to make a plan to visit him when he gets all settled in, but that is huge. Dave's surgery. I think I've got both of them. Dave and Danny Crabtree. I think that's what Miss Jones said. So I'm going to do Dave and Danny Crabtree. I'm keeping Charlie McDowell on there because Charlie asked me to, and Charlie had some crazy nosebleed situation that wouldn't stop. Buckets of blood. I mean, no kidding, buckets of blood. And he's still a little weak from all of that. So let's just continue to pray for our Charlie. We're going to continue to pray for Sakura Meeks and Daffy and Louie Nolan. Laurie Parson, Frank Brawley, Herschel Parson, Charles Brown, and then I've got Steve Melton on there. So if I need to add someone, let me know. Lord, please lift up our folks. You are a wonderful, gracious Lord, and we appreciate your grace and your mercy. And please just lift up our folks that we have on our prayer list. We love them, and we want to make sure that we have an extra say in that prayer, at the very least that we can do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, we got 2 phone calls. I got 1 phone line open. Here we go. Morning. So close. That held out like that. That held out all the way up until, what time is it? 8:24? Not bad. All right, what else is going on? While we're doing the recycle, Grundy County Republican Party, all the Republican Party county parties have by the Tennessee GOP bylaws, have to have a reorganization. It's every 2 years, and that's when you elect your leadership for 2 years. It's a 2-year term. So this, the Grundy County Republican Party their election is April the 12th at 10 a.m. That's a Saturday at the Grundy County Courthouse. The deadline is 4:15. So we're getting a little, anyway. Man and women, chairman, vice chairman. So there's got to be one of each on that. And the other thing that's kind of important is the new bylaws state that anybody who wants to be an officer or wants to vote in this election needs to have voted in 3 out of the last four Republican primary elections. So that's kind of the criteria. I've talked to Wayne Harris, and the election office in Grundy County, you can get that in advance. You can find out what your voting record is. They can give that to you, and then just, as long as I have Gary's note saying 3 out of 4, I think that'll be fine. You also need to register at tngop.org and register for our reorganization. And I believe they also check the 3 out of 4 voting records. So I signed up. I know I'm perfect, but it's kind of just a safeguard to make sure that we are doing that. Anyway, here we go. Morning.
Good morning, Everett.
Miss Ophelia, you're number 1 today. I didn't get a chance to hear who was on before the shuffle.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Good. Well, thank you. You're number 1 today.
Where?
Are you getting ready for Easter?
No.
Dun, dun, dun. So back to that. We are looking for, I'm not running again. I'm chairman. I'm currently chairman, and I'm stepping down, and I have volunteered for a campaign for governor. That's a big race that's going on. So 2026, I'm just waiting for the phones to recycle. I can talk about politics all day long. So in 2026, we have the county off all the county offices, so county mayor, clerk, circuit, deeds, trustee, Penny's spot, Tammy's spot. I said that. Everybody but Daniel in the courthouse. We also have county commission races. All of them are up for election, 4-year term. We don't have those staggered yet. I'm not sure. I don't know. I personally believe staggered terms are important in any kind of organization. So in case, you have fire and pitchforks and you lose all of your institutional knowledge. So, but anyway, that's in 2026. We've got a governor's race. That's really the big deal of the day. We've got a governor's race. So far, we've got in the Republican arena, we've got John Rose and we've got Marsha Blackburn. And so really it'll come down who President Trump will endorse really in Tennessee. But we have those races that the Grundy County Republican Party needs to navigate. It's a we don't have favorites in party leadership. Our job is to make sure that we're doing what the state wants down into the county. It's really just a functionary position, making sure they have opportunities to speak. Candidates have an opportunity to speak, have events where they have an opportunity to showcase why they should be elected. So really, that's what the party is all about. We have a big Reagan Day picnic at the air park. It's huge, and it's huge. And that's at the end of July. In the past, we've had Governor Lee. He's been there several times at our picnic. We had Bill Haggerty, Senator Haggerty, Congressman Deja, everybody, Dr. Manny. Dr. Manny's going to call in here for the health clinic. Oh, that's coming up. Not clinic, but health fair. So, I mean, it's a pretty big deal in Altamont at the air park that we have at Wayne's Hangar, and it's a cool event. Anyway. It's cycling again. So yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking for. It is the party of Trump. So someone asked, Grundy County voted 84% for President Trump. So it is definitely Grundy County. Someone asked me that the other day. Is the Grundy County Republican Party a Trump party? I'm like, absolutely. I mean, that's just bottom line. So anything that Trump, his agenda, the Grundy County Republican Party is 100% behind. So we are looking for folks that feel that way in leadership. We want strong, fierce people who believe in American values and Grundy County values. And so that's what we're looking for. Man, woman, doesn't matter if it's woman leading it or a man leading it. And then the vice chair needs to be the opposite sex. And then there's, every time I look back down. And it is super important. It's good to learn. And I had a discussion with one of Taylor, Taylor, my daughter was out in the weeds there for a good 10 years. She was brought up right. And then she, went into, not on profiling, went into hair. She knew so much she didn't know. And so she stepped away from the fold for about 10 years. But, as you all know, she's back in action, full force, God-loving, beautiful human. American-loving, beautiful human. So, but her friend, I've known her since birth, Muriel, and she's very intelligent. I said, all right, Muriel, And she had good thoughtful comebacks to some of our discussions on Facebook, of course. And I love how she thinks. She's not ugly. She's she's very thoughtful and very respectful, and I love that. And so I said to her, I said, listen, she's like, she didn't understand why voter ID was so important. And I said, and I kind of went through it. I said, anybody, she was just saying all the disenfranchised folks don't have IDs. And I'm like, in America, if you get government assistance and if you want to buy beer and cigarettes, you need to have a government ID. I mean, that's just bottom line. If you are legally in America, you have to have a photo government ID. That's just, so the disenfranchised. So then I said to her, I said, I don't know, I guess the greater point is, why do you want to round up homeless and illegals to vote? I mean, if that's really the people who don't have photo IDs. That was kind of interesting discussion. But I told her, I said, go work on a campaign. Tell me, you'll understand the realities of elections if you go work on a campaign and go through step by step of the process. And that's what's so great about getting involved in the Republican. Well, if you're a Trump lover, getting involved in a Republican Party is get to understand processes. And you'll be surprised on how interesting it is. It's super interesting if you love the process, and everything has a reason, man. Everything has a reason, and it should be fair, and it should be, and there's no pitchforks here. We are all Republican in Grundy County. 84% voted for Trump. I can't change that. So there's nothing to fight here. There's nothing to fight. But we have to educate our kids. We have to get people interested in the process. It's an education campaign. We really want to focus on the kids and make sure that they know how to vote, what the process is. So it's an opportunity for some young folks like a J.D. Vance wannabe or a Kristi Noem wannabe, our new people coming up, our fierce conservatives. This is a great time for them to understand the processes, because we want them to run for office in the future. And you gotta learn first before you run for office. You really do. There's more to it than just a popularity contest. It really is. And you're going to learn that when you get involved in campaigns. You're going to learn that it's not just a popularity contest. You got to have some substance, and it's about substance and process and doing it very measuredly. And oh my God. It's a process. It's a process, and you need to learn the process. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're letting it circle around. The minute that phone line comes up again, I'm going to grab it. I only had one that was there, so that's why I was kind of waiting. What else is exciting in the world? Like I said, I told you that my buttercups are coming up. I'm having a tree guy come in. Should we try it? Morning. Morning.
About it.
Morning.
Good morning.
I swear to goodness. Frida. I mean, I just don't know. Anyway, hey, happy Monday. What do I need to know? Where you at? Where are you doing?
I'm at the commodities, giving commodities away.
Oh, is today commodities? All right, come on out. Where's it at these days? Is it at Colmont? Oh, so it's commodity day. Let's see what else is going on. I'm going to wait for them to cycle. Let's see here. I can talk about anything. Let's go into my Morning on the Mountain Facebook page. That's where I put it. That's where I park everything. All right, here we go. Grundy County TM Emergency Management Association has a Facebook page that is wonderful. Find it out. Our own Matt Griffith is now the leader of this, and he's really making a lot of connections and making sure that we are, like all the fire departments under emergency management, you need to play team with all of our fire departments. You need to play team with our constables, our first responders, our police. It's all the circle of life. And I know Matt is going to make it all happen. In fact, I'm going to have to get him on the show because I love that boy. He was on here before when he was talking about something else. Man, I almost had it. So anyway, Jeff O'Neill from our forestry, love Jeff, said fire danger today remains at very high and burn permits are restricted. Please do not burn anything outdoors until after it rains tomorrow. So just don't burn. I know some of us still have a bunch of leaves. Marion County and Grundy County have done very well with no major fires to report. Pray for our folks in South Carolina and Georgia as they deal with unprecedented wildfires. God bless. Just don't burn. Just kind of keep an eye out. This is another one. All right, so I do have my watch places. This is my new one that I watch is the Grundy County TN Emergency Management Association. Because you know how I feel about that first responders. We need to be the wind beneath their wings. All right, here's another cool thing that's going on. It's that time of year. TSU, the UT Extension Office, is inviting the public to attend the annual fruit and vegetable luncheon seminars in the extension month of March. So it's that time of year. A luncheon seminar will take place each week during the month. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I've had a time getting in through to you. I've got cut off twice. Maybe you're back.
Well, you are not alone. You are not alone. Well, I've got you down. Anything I need to know today?
I don't know if anything has come up. I can't think of anything right now.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. I always love to hear your voice. And hey to all of your people. I love all your people.
Yeah, all of them seem to be doing it.
I know. All right. Well, happy beginning of March, and I've got you down, sweetheart.
All my folks, family seem to be doing okay.
Well, I'm super, super excited to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, honey. You have a wonderful day.
All right, you too.
All right, sweetheart. See you. Bye. Morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Leslie. Oh, Leslie. Can you say it's morning?
I've tried 3 or 4 times to get a hold of you.
Oh, you have no idea. It just kept on. Hey, what do I need to know today?
Oh, everything's peachy keen.
I love that. Total. I saw Leslie at the bank on was it Friday?
I think so.
I think it was on Friday. I said, I'm like, Haiti, howdy. And then I saw, who else? I saw Tammy at the tea place in Tracy off the rails. It was old home week.
It's just good to see you there.
It was really good to be there. I know. All right. So we're getting ready for Easter. It's moving in that direction.
Oh, yes. It won't be long.
Oh, gosh, I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of year.
Yeah, I love Easter, Christmas.
Amen.
I like Christmas for the reason it.
Well, the birth of Jesus. Heck yeah. But Easter.
Yeah, it's Resurrection Day.
I mean, that's the hope in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, shall we get right to Revelation?
Well, yeah, might as well.
All right, let's do it. Let me poke it in here. Are we still on 10?
No, we're going to 11.
All right. Revelation chapter
1 through 6.
11, verses 1 through 6. So, and let me put them as summary. Okay, go for it.
All right, first verse. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in all manner be killed. These have the power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over water to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. These 2 angels got a lot of power.
Holy cow. Lots going on there.
It's just some more time of judgments. These 2 witnesses are going to prophesy throughout Israel places, and they're going to torment the people that live there because of their prophecies, and they're going to get them and kill them. Well, it gets on up in there in that part, but they'll lay there for 3 days, and then they're going to be taken up to heaven. They're going to see them rise up from the dead right there in front of them. They're going to leave them out there on the streets of rock. After them 3 days, they're going to rise and go back to God. So,
man, the visual.
Yeah, it's getting rough right now. This is during the tribulation time.
It seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the last book of the Bible.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Ted says basically the same thing. 2 witnesses are then introduced, described as God's prophet, who will prophesy for 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. Sackcloth and tearing of clothes are 2 Jewish things, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. They're symbolized as the 2 olive trees and the 2 lampstands standing before. All right. This passage is often interpreted as a prophetic vision concerning God's protection over his people, divine judgment, and the testimony of faithful servants during a time of great tribulation.
Yeah, sackcloth is a very rough material, kind of like a toe sack, if you remember them. That people used to have to get potatoes in.
Yep, I do. What did you call them, toe sacks?
Yeah, that's what we called them.
Didn't people make dresses out of those?
Yeah.
I mean, if I remember correctly.
They had to make whatever they could out, whatever they could find.
Sure.
During that time, when we lived, it was a rough time.
That was a rough time, but we made it. We got grit.
Yeah.
We got grit, Leslie. But they would tear. I always saw this, but I never understood it. They would tear their clothes, and I see it all the time in the Bible or in the Old Testament. Tearing of clothes.
Yeah, they would reach up there and grab their vesture, and they'd yank it and tear it. It's a form of disgust.
That's, yes, so it seems. You're tearing your clothes, though.
Well, it's just the way they done things.
That's just the way they... Wasn't there another one? Remember when somebody threw a shoe at the president?
Yeah, that was an insult.
Yeah, it was an insult. It was it Bush and the Muslims?
Well, it is a type of insult say, you're not of us, or we condemn you, or whatever. I don't know what exactly it transformed, but it's an insult. Just to try to tear somebody down.
Throwing a shoe at a press conference. I think that was President Bush at that time, GW.
I think he was arrested, too.
I think he was arrested. Remember that? That's hilarious. I wonder what they're going to do at President Trump's speech tomorrow night.
I don't know, there's going to be some noise, but they can't do nothing but do noise.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm kind of curious. I don't know. I'm enjoying watching it all.
Yeah, Trump's making a lot of friends, and he's making a lot of enemies.
Well, it's the art of the deal. I mean, you got to make people uncomfortable in order to come to the table.
Yeah.
And if Europe starts paying the bill, even better.
I like way down to Zelensky.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? That J.D. Vance and his knife hand. Ooh! And I didn't realize what that was until I did. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It's a military thing, apparently. And someone goes, you're in trouble when J.D. Vance brings out the knife hand. And I guess it's a military way of getting your point across. And it's been going. They say they started maybe the Civil War or maybe the War of Prussia, but whatever it is, military, especially Marines, use it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's serious, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's great.
We still got a lot of rough areas to go through, but
it's a process. I mean, obviously America has. There's a lot to correct.
Yeah, the church is going to come out smiling, and the rest of the world's going to be pouting and moaning and groaning.
I think so too, because this is the pro-family, pro-community party.
Yeah.
And so that's who's in power right now is pro-family.
Yeah, the Democrats don't like it because Trump's taking the money out of their pocket that they've been swindling the taxpayers out of all these years.
Yeah, that's what decimated the role of the church in the community, because there's a checks and balances when you get assistance from your community. With whatever, you need to make some good start making some good decisions. And with government, it's they don't want people to make good decisions. They want to keep them on the plantation.
Yeah, they want to control the church. They're trying to destroy the church.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They don't feel like that's a center. So, yeah, they want to keep people on the plantation.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. You're like, well, we're the party of the, blah, blah people. I'm like, really? You're keeping them in the gutter by giving them handouts and continuing making the same decisions.
Yeah, they want to cause a fear and just, stuff like that going on in the church and the communities to make people submit to it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. I mean, teach his own. Honestly, Leslie, teach his own. It is not for me to judge your path. However, it's not my job to pay for it.
Right.
So, all right, Leslie. Well, I think our phones have calmed down for whatever reason.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to fix this. It's just, it's a process.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. Go out there and spread joy and sunshine.
You have a great, wonderful day.
You have a woman. Hey, they're doing seminars over at UTK in March. I'm going to have to dive into that a little bit, but those are usually good. It's lunch and it's free food.
Well, what now?
They're like vegetable and fruit learning luncheons in March.
Okay.
And they have it every week, and you learn something every single time. And you get lunch. I'll take free food, huh?
Take that.
And good food. So I'll let you guys know. I've got to do a deep dive into it, but I look forward to those every year.
All right, darling.
All right, honey. You have a good one. All right, see you. Bye. Morning.
Good morning, Steph.
Hey, Barbara, you made it through.
Finally.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, Barbara. I was almost ready to give up.
I know.
So I'm thankful. Hey, what do I need to know today? Did you guys have your power off yesterday? Was it yesterday that they had the wreck over by the dairy barn or the dairy bar?
Was around 8:20, 8:30, somewhere around that time, yeah. And my power didn't come back on till 11:35.
Wow. Well, that's impressive because I saw a picture of the post that broke, and it was a huge load on it. Like it was a major pole.
Yes.
I mean major. It wasn't just a little pole, that holds up a couple wires. It was a major pole.
No, it was huge. I saw the pictures too.
And is everybody okay?
Well, what I heard, it was just the one vehicle and they said he was okay, but I haven't heard any more.
So it was just a one vehicle accident?
Yeah.
Or you just hit the pole?
He hit the pole. I don't know for why.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, my daughter passed over in that neck of the woods. I'm sure she was speeding, and she avoided a deer.
I know that things like that been happening. One of Jazz's friends, one day last week, she said she hit two, and a day or two later hit another one.
Yeah, we have a bunch.
They're just running crazy, and I think they need to have more hunts, to thin them out more, because when where people are building homes and it's taking up their area, there's so many of them and nowhere to go.
Well, and that's funny that you mentioned that, because there is no legal place to hunt in Grundy County, like state-owned. There's private leases, but there's no state-owned land that you can hunt in Grundy County.
Oh yeah, but they need to open it up, and have some big hunts, because they're destroying people's vehicles.
They really are. I mean, it's gotten a little crazy, and we need to have more hunters.
Right. I mean, a lot of people eat deer meat.
I love deer meat. I really do.
To eat it. All I would eat would be the tenderloin. I just don't like wild taste.
Yeah. Well, if you marinate it like Coca-Cola, boy, it's tender as can be.
I know we did that too. It does make it tender. It does take away some of the wild taste, but I don't know. That's all I would eat, would be the tenderloin when he'd kill a deer or somebody give him deer meat. But now he'd eat it.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we have herds roaming through, and I'm in the middle of Monteagle, basically.
I know, and this was, I think, like on 399 when Jazz's friend hit that deer, or hit 3 deers in 2 days.
Yeah, they're here. It's, I mean, which is a good thing to pay attention and slow down, right? That's a good way to kind of prevent that a little bit, or no distracted driving.
Right. I was coming from the funeral home one night about, I guess it's been 4 or 5 weeks ago, and just before I got to the Piggly Wiggly, this deer shot out in front of me. Well, of course, there wasn't anything behind me, so I slammed on my brakes. I got stopped. Before they stopped, there was 5 deer across the road in front of me.
That is crazy. It's herds.
5 of them.
I'm telling you, it is. I agree with you, Barbara. I'll bring that up in a place when it would be where it be appropriate. Oh, there goes our lines. You want to go on a quick break? All right, we're going to go on a quick break. Barbara, yeah, you know what happened. We're going to go on a quick break. Thank our sponsors. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching Morning on the Mountain. See you in a minute.
TennCare's new diaper benefit helps our youngest members and their families stay healthy and happy. If your child is younger than 2 and has TennCare or Cover Kids, they can get up to 100 diapers every month at no cost. To get diapers, visit a participating pharmacy. You don't need a prescription. Just show your child's pharmacy card at the counter. For newborns without a card, you can use the parent's pharmacy card. The pharmacy staff will check to see if you qualify and help you get up to 100 diapers for a month. TennCare will cover a variety of diaper brands and sizes to meet your child's needs. You can find a list of covered brands on the TennCare diaper webpage.
Diapers are available at Mike's Pharmacy, located at 740 Main Street in Tracy City. That's Mike's Pharmacy, 592-9190.
Piggly Wiggly, a supermarket chain since 1916, operates more than 600 locally owned stores, including the Monteagle location that now stocks the largest selection of fine wine, domestic and import beer in the area. Piggly Wiggly's farm fresh fruit is a sweet deal at everyday low prices. Piggly Wiggly stocks carefully selected, always fresh vegetables from the common to the unusual. All of the organic products we sell meet strict USDA guidelines. The Pig has a large meat department that to this date custom cuts and wraps its pork, chicken, and Certified Angus beef to your request. Certified Angus beef brand is a cut above USDA Prime Choice and Select. With a large dairy selection of fresh milk and cheese products and your favorite drink products, you will never go home thirsty from the Pig. Visit the Piggly Wiggly Deli and put in your order for an outstanding selection of cheeses, salads, and deli meat products from Boar's Head brand and more. Be sure to check out our weekly special circular for great deals. That's the Piggly Wiggly of Monteagle, Tennessee.
And locally staffed, the Caverns attracts visitors from all over the country. Bring your guests down for a cave tour, a cave concert, or a magical night under the stars at the Caverns Outdoor Amphitheater. Camping is an option too. Learn more at www.thecaverns.com, where the destination becomes a journey. All right, I've got 2 minutes. I got a message here. We're going to keep, of course, Miss Ophelia, and then I'm going to add Miss Dola. They're just always going to be on there. And then I've added Cheryl Foshi back on the prayer list. So thanks, everyone, for that update. Since you can't get through on the phone. One more phone call. I think I got one more. Morning.
How you doing, Miss
Hey, buddy. I got you in. Yay. How many times did you get shuffled?
Oh, I didn't. I did about 7:30. Come in here for me, tap toffee, sit for a minute. Inside, the ready. I don't know Meadowwood, paid the water bill, so I just stopped by for me time in. So.
Okay, well, perfect, because our phones have been a little crazy today. Hey, I've got 1 minute. What do I need to know today? Are you going to go see your girl?
I going to Saturday morning, but I did about almost nearly and sat around, took my shower about 8:30. Stay in here, put my shoes and socks on.
Hey, buddy, I got 1 minute.
You know, so I'll tell you what, I'll tell you more about it.
Okay. Is there anything I need to know today?
No, but I will see her today. But I did talk to her for a minute on the phone, and I said, if I know it down by the noon, I said, I hollered at you, but I'm not noticing that I heard another phone yet. No, she's got hers in the bathroom here.
Bless her heart. I swear to goodness, bless her heart. Tomorrow is supposed to be some weather. Tomorrow evening is supposed to be some weather, so.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. All right, well, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, you look pretty this morning.
I've got my favorite blue color on.
Yep, well, you ain't the only one. I got my blue on, too.
Perfect.
Oh, that. Okay.
All right, buddy. All right, see you, bye. All right. I'm going to, we're gonna go. And then what I'll do is I'll grab this real quick and get that number and head on out there. All right, so tomorrow we're going to talk about yoga. We've got Stephanie coming on tomorrow to talk about fun stuff. And as always, just go out there, spread joy and sunshine wherever you go. And I will look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. As always, thanks for watching Morning on the Mountain.